Can y'all dudes please stop it with the, you need men because who gonna build this for you?
Hey nephews, hey grandsons, hey nieces, your Uncle Leon here. You know I'm going to answer this one. This young woman is taking it upon herself to critique men, what they're doing, or what she thinks they should be doing. She's saying it's like she's an authority, which she is not. Bottom line, young lady, if men ain't building and they're not your man, what business is it of yours? Okay? So you talking to us like we should be building for you personally, building for women personally. No, we are not. We build for ourselves. Y'all wait till we're done and then you try to come along for the ride. And when I say a ride, I mean, say 3 years, or, if you want to get half the stuff, 10 years if you want to get alimony, unlimited alimony. But you see, maybe the reason why men aren't building because they don't want to lose it to someone like you. See, men have gotten to the point where they're just doing it for themselves. And you think you can just come along and sprinkle a little bit of your femininity on it, which you really don't have much of anymore. And you're talking like we're supposed to be ashamed because you're saying it. What men are building anything for is, number one, not for you. See, the fact of the matter is you're supposed to be these strong, independent women who don't need a man. Why are you worried about what we're building? Why are you worried why we're not building? If you're looking for those 1% and you calling us dusties, what the hell are you worried about us for? Could there be an underlying theme? And with women, there usually is. With humans in general. But see, good women don't think like you. Y'all want a man to start building and then you come along. A good woman builds with the man. That's why you're going to be there and they're going to be in the houses with families. And if they get fortunate enough, the good Lord bless them to be rich, you're going to be jealous as hell of them. And if you know someone who's like that, you're going to want to mess it up for them. You don't believe me? Look at the television shows you watch. Tyler Perry's Sisters. House of Pain. A lot of these. Heck, women watched them in the 80s and 70s too. Dynasty, Dallas, Melrose Place, Bravo 2, or Beverly Hills 90210. It's all about that. Men are not supposed to build for you. You're supposed to do your share in the relationship and in a marriage to build with him. So you ain't got a clue. And many, many women like you don't have a clue either. That's why you'll never be satisfied. That's why you'll never have success. And that's why your life will never turn out the way you want it to be. Because you really don't even know what it is you really want. We want men to be chivalrous, but you don't want to give anything in return. You want to dress like prostitutes, and you want to be treated like wives. You want to be 300 pounds and be treated like a model. And call yourself a model. Okay? Fine. You want to use language that is beneficial to you. You want rights that show your supposed self-imposed superiority. Your tone of voice screams that. But let me tell you what us real men are saying to you. You are not going to get our sons. We're not going to let that happen. I got an 18-year-old son, and I am making sure he knows about women who think like you do. I'm going to show him every possible example of why not to deal with you. Feminism has caused you to stab us in the back and throw us out of the house, and you wonder why. Let me put it like this. African people do not like black people. They sold us into slavery and got mad because we didn't come back. And to this day, they consider themselves superior to us. Well, let me tell you, when they were starving back in the 80s, they were singing We Are the World. I was thinking, let them eat cake. And that's not hate. Think about it. Would you be that gracious to someone that did you like that in an ancestral situation? You have done the same thing to our children. In the last 50 years, Black women alone have aborted over 20 million of our children, which is also started by a white woman named Margaret Sanger, who started Planned Parenthood for the express purpose of eugenics against the black people. She was also in a relationship with a Nazi SS officer who was a doctor of Hitler's. All you have to do is look into history and you'll see all this. This is not a joke. But the thing is, you keep doing the same thing and expecting different results, and it's not going to happen. Drizzle, drizzle, we're waking up. We woken up. I woke up 30 years ago. I was a passport bro before there was any such thing as a passport bro. I'm 61 years old. I have seen women like you operate everywhere I have gone. I have literally been on almost every continent on the globe, including the Antarctic. And the women that were there acted entitled. When I was doing my dissertation when I was doing for my sociology study, it's not in sociology, but it's in military sciences, because we have to deal with that in order to understand people. I had to use, one of my assignments was the actual study of demographics on a dating site. So I chose one. And I had to choose in my age group, which was then in the 20s and 30s, because I was just about to turn 30. And I found 58 and 60-year-old women talking about they want a millionaire. They're not gonna settle, and God has a plan for their lives. Apparently that plan had nothing to do with reality, much like your own. Here's the situation. You're still young yet. You better change your ways before ways change you. Because life has got a way of disappointing you when you're not on the right side of things. Life has a way of serving you justice when you think you're justified. Life has a way of slapping you in the face when you flap your mouth on the wrong thing. Take good advice. Look at what you're in. You're not going to make it out in one piece. It's like the man said, never take life too seriously. You'll never get out of it alive. And don't take your beauty too seriously, because you're losing it even as we speak. Within 10 years, you will not look the same way as you did before. And men are not going to pay attention to you. And with that mouth and that attitude, you'll be lucky if somebody even thinks of raising a hand and looking in your direction. So if I were you, I'd take a real long look at yourself. And that's for men too. And ask yourself, is this really what you want? Men, think about it. Is this the kind of woman you want in your life? Is this what you want to have to wake up to? These guys are why Jerry Springer was so popular. That's why Maury was so popular. Guys, 2 seconds of thought. Take it how you know.